Hello, everyone. My name is Mong Zhang,
And my name is Nevin.
and we are your hosts for the Late Night Talks. Welcome to our first episode.
Yeah, welcome. Since it's our first episode, we're gonna first introduce ourselves. Mangzhong, how about you go first?
For sure. So, my name is Mong Zhang. Currently, we are established here in Minnesota, St. Paul. I am Hmong American. I think I'm pretty tall, 5'7", but currently still in school, and also trying to, make some music and trying to start up, more of the arts and stuff like that. So, watch out for my music stuff too.
Yeah, and Mangzhong is also single, so hit him up. And yeah, I consider myself as a Minnesotan. Grew up around here a lot. So I'm 22, going for my master's right now, and doing this podcast on the side, and hopefully it ends up somewhere good. So yeah. So for the first thing we want to talk about how we grew up, and basically talk about our childhood, and yeah. So Mangzhang, where did you grow up? Did you live like in Minnesota the rest of your life, or like where?
Yeah, so I grew up in St. Paul, Minnesota, born and raised, at one of the local hospitals. I'm not going to name it, but yeah, I was born here in the U.S., Minnesota. What about you, Nevin?
Yeah, for me, I was born in a small town in Wisconsin. It's called Stevens Point. I think back then it was kind of it's just mostly Mika people, and
What do you mean by like Mika?
it's mostly white Americans. If I go back there right now, you could literally see Amish people. There's literally Amish people there.
Amish?
Yeah, Amish
got
Amish
it.
people. Yeah, because where my grandparents live, it's a really small town, and Amish people live there too. And like 2 cities down is Stevens Point, where I was born. The hospital there. And yeah, that's where I mostly grew up from, like where I was born until like I think like probably 3 or 4 years old. And then I came to Minnesota. I moved here in Brooklyn Center with my cousins, and then that's when I came from Minnesota, and I went to Earl Brown Elementary, and that's where I just went there from kindergarten to 3rd grade, and then I went to all the way out in, like, I think it was like north Minnesota, northwest or northeast. It's called Maple Grove.
Oh, yeah.
It's somewhere up there. But I went to Basswood Elementary. And then after that, I went to Little Canada, back to like kind of the central area of Minnesota. So kind of near St. Paul. And that's where I met you, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what elementary did you go to?
So I actually was in St. Paul. I went to North End. It was like a elementary school to middle school. But at the time I knew that the school was called North End. And then I think about I only went there for like kindergarten, and then I was there for like the entire school year, and then I moved to Little Canada, which then I went to Little Canada Elementary School.
What grade?
First grade.
Oh, okay.
First grade.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, pretty much I was there. I was in the, Roseville district for my entire life. And then I think you came in around fourth grade.
No, I
right?
came in fifth grade.
Fifth grade.
Everyone always thinks that I came in fourth grade, but I'm like, no, I came in fifth grade, and our buddy Nick, he also came in fifth
yeah,
grade.
that's right. That's right.
So me and him, we came in fifth grade, so not fourth, fifth grade. Go
that's
on.
right. That's right.
Go on.
Dang, got a little defensive.
I'm
there.
sorry, no, dude, everyone always says fourth grade. I'm like, dude, we came in fifth grade. Yeah, like, man, y'all don't remember. But go on.
Yeah, I remember like just seeing this other like Asian guy in class, with the black jeans.
Yeah, go
the
on.
emo looking t-shirts.
Yeah, go
on. With the eyeliner. And then, with the like the black hair, like super long. Well, at the time you didn't have that long of a hair.
Yeah.
But you were growing it out pretty much.
Yeah, that was I feel like that was the starting of my emo phase
in fifth grade.
Fifth grade, that was pretty early. And I
grade.
think I reached puberty pretty early too. And
That's true. Your voice got pretty deep.
Y'all saw my pimples, my voice got deep. And I was dating a couple of girls back then.
Do you really? Do you really count dating? In elementary school?
Yeah, I wouldn't really count it. It's more just like just experience and just like just a fling.
I see.
Yeah, fifth grade was when like I just I guess I was getting game.
I mean, because I do think that because you came to our school, which was I would say it was very white and not as diverse.
I don't know, man. I think it was pretty. I mean, yeah, it was mostly white. White people.
I would say like 50 to 60% of the classroom was white.
Yeah.
But I do think that like because you brought in something different to the community there, the difference between you and everybody else was that you brought in this gothic or emo type, scene into like the community, which made you different from everyone. And I think that's what made you different, and that's what made you stood out from everyone.
Because
and also you danced too. And like
I was a dancer,
acrobats and all that.
But that's
stuff.
a different story.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about our elementary years. My first friend was Aiden, a white guy, and he was the first person to talk to me, and I think he even told me like, oh yeah, our teacher, she forced me to talk to you. I'm like, oh okay, well, I guess. But we became
I did not even know that.
Yeah. He talked to me. We became close. I think we connected more through skateboarding.
Oh right, you skateboard too.
Yeah,
that's
and
right.
then after that, after a couple months or a couple weeks, I started to get to know you guys, you and a couple other Hmong people. That's when I started to just become friends with you guys.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like when I met you back then, I didn't really know what to think of you, other than, man, this guy is kind of weird. Well, I mean, because I see, like, I wasn't really exposed to like anything else of like the type of stuff that like you were wearing.
I
or,
guess
like,
I mean, I was pretty different, and
Oh yeah, for sure. Different.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Memories.
I was wearing all black. I remember I had a cross necklace. I remember the first, I don't think it was the first day, but it was somewhere in the first week or the second week. I hang out with you guys, the Hmong people, and I was like, hey, can you do a backflip?
Wait, who? I asked you or?
No, I asked you guys.
Oh.
I remember I was like, hey, can you do a backflip? And then I remember one of you guys said no, and I was like, oh, I can do one, and I just did it. And that's when I was
showing off.
I did it, and then I remember I just like I got a little bit closer. That's what I remember the first week or second week of elementary with you guys.
But I think going from elementary school to middle school, I feel like That was such a weird stage, a weird part
yeah,
of
it was. Oh,
our lives.
and
too.
I remember in elementary, I was taller than you guys.
Were you?
Yeah, I was taller. I was taller than like mostly everyone. And then middle school came, I was kind of taller than some of you guys.
Yeah. So how
And
how
then-
tall were you? How
Shit,
tall?
I don't remember. But I do remember I was like your height or just a little bit taller, you know?
I think we were all like 5 feet.
Yeah, and I was like 5'1".
Maybe. Yeah.
I was around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, middle school, fuck man. Like I remember that year I had my long ass hair and everybody liked my hair and everybody came up to me like, "Oh, hey, like how did you grow up your hair that fast?" I'm like, "Bro, I just grew up my hair. Like I didn't even like grow it fast. I just let it grow."
Oh,
Yeah.
I would remember. One of a girl who was very interested in you would come up to you and say, "Oh my God, Nevin, your hair's so nice," and then she would touch your hair.
Oh, hey, I'm not gonna be mean, but she was one of those people who had autism, and
I see,
she was
I see.
always talkative, and she always said nice things to everybody. All right, and
But for me, that was like one of the most crucial thing I always remember.
I do remember that.
You know.
I do remember you always coming up to me about that.
You know.
In middle school, I don't remember. I mean, I remember you, but we were always in different classes.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I wasn't avid until 8th grade though.
Yeah, that's
Because 7th
that's
grade
right.
I wasn't accepted, but you were accepted, and then
Yeah.
I came in avid in 8th grade, and that's when we came a little bit more closer and with our other friends in avid,
Yeah.
and then even to now high school now or
Mhm.
back then, high school back then, we were always switching avid classes because you had orchestra, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Because you had to switch your schedule a lot. And then for me, I wasn't avid until I quit 1 year because
Yep. Yep.
I wanted to be a YouTuber. You remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, you play piano.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
Oh, but
that's
I played.
right.
No. Before that.
Oh, before that. Oh. No, I don't. I knew that you quit to do other classes.
Yeah.
But then I
that's it,
didn't
yeah.
know that you wanted to be a YouTuber.
No,
That's-
remember I told everyone. I was like, oh,
No.
I want to be a YouTuber.
I don't remember.
Dang.
I don't
That's
know.
alright,
I
that's
don't no,
alright.
I don't think you told me. Maybe you thought you told me. But maybe because at the time, right?
Yeah.
Because you quit and then because I had different schedules and
yeah.
taking other classes,
Yeah.
we both had different schedules, and so we didn't really see each other until maybe like coincidentally during clubs or we hung out with our friend group. But at the same time, I do think that we both had like different friend groups.
No,
And
I
then
don't
we
know.
had, and
Well,
then,
for
and
me,
then we
'cause-
had like our main friend group too.
okay, yeah, that's true. I think we had different friend groups, and then I think with us two, our friend group was mostly the avid people, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would say so, and
but it's not like we hung out with them outside of school.
true.
That's
'Cause
that's
for
what
me,
I'm saying.
yeah. Oh, I see what you're
Yeah,
saying. I
yeah.
see what you're saying. Yeah.
So
yeah.
maybe you told your other friend group. So I guess since we're in the topic of high school,
yeah.
what is like one of the biggest regrets you've ever had? Because I know that
True.
I know
Yeah.
that when we're gonna like for me, whenever I go to sleep, I always think about like, oh my God, I can't believe I did this cringy thing, or I can't believe that I should have done this. I could have, would have, should have.
Well, you right.
Like what are like
I'd be
what is the biggest thing?
thinking about that too, but I think you should go first. Well, what's your regret? Cause damn, man, I think I have like 2-3 things, but you should go first. Go ahead.
I wouldn't say regret, but I would say like cringy moments. Was
yeah.
back in our senior year. I was one of the leaders for the Hmong club. or the
Oh
Asian clubs.
yeah.
And I took the lead role for one of the shows that we would present to the school or to like the after school to our families and friends, whatever. But I made this short film.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that short film was about gang violence and all that stuff within like the Asian Hmong community.
But what year was that in high school?
2019 or 2018.
Oh, so that was
going to 2019.
That was our junior year.
Our senior year. We graduated 2019.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So it was during spring.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
And
go on.
oh man, I just remember like watching it, and everybody, and one of our teachers came up to me. She was like, "Oh yeah, I love it. I love it so much." I'm like, "Oh god, it's horrible. It was one of the worst things I've ever recorded and watched and edited." And then also the worst thing was that my laptop would die in the middle of showing, and I had to drive all the way home to grab my charger and then come back. And so that was like one of the things that I cringe about the most. And the funny thing was everybody kept asking me for a copy of the video. But what they don't know was that I destroyed that file because I'm
You
like,
did?
yeah,
Oh.
I don't ever want to show it or see it ever again.
Oh my god.
But no, I still have the USB with all the files.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
just I destroyed it from my laptop.
I do remember it. I forgot what it was about, or I forgot how it looked like and the people you had in there.
I mean, what about you?
Oh
know?
yeah, my regrets in high school.
Regrets or like just a moment that
Man,
would keep you up at night.
I would
Or,
say
like, you're just thinking about.
I would
in
say
general.
I wish I was a little bit smarter back in high school. Cause I remember when you and your those other friends, you guys were in a higher math classes than me.
Oh, I
And
see.
back then I was like one below you guys, and I always wanted to be with you guys. But at the same time, my mentality was like, like it's okay, like you don't have to catch up like them. So I always try to like avoid that feeling of like, oh, you don't have to try to be up to their level So I just tried my best in high school and all my classes, and I just did my own thing. Cause when you guys always compare your guys' test scores, I was like, dude, why the fuck are you guys always talking about this? Like, just fucking do your own thing and just keep focusing on high school. All right. And I was there like, man, I don't care. I'm gonna just do my own thing. And then when you guys talk about your scores, I just try my best to avoid not to argue with you guys.
Yeah. Wait. So are you saying like throughout high school or like senior year?
High school.
Oh,
Throughout high
okay.
school.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
And I think, well, I guess I didn't really realize that, but what's funny was I think because there's some lost translation or lost communications with that. I think the biggest thing, the funniest thing, of why we were always comparing our scores, was because the higher classes you go to, like the harder it gets.
Yeah.
And I think on average, by the time we got a senior year, we were taking AB calculus.
Yeah.
And I think that on average, the average score in the class will always be a C or a B. And we were like comparing, like, oh, do we get average? Do we get like,
okay.
that's what that I would say. That's the funny thing about like why we were always asking about each other's test scores or all that stuff.
See, that's the thing that
So-
kind of got me like, man, like I wish I was in that fucking class too, because I wanted to be in there too. But I guess I just was just one below you guys, and being one below you guys, it turned out fine. So
Oh yeah.
I was okay with it.
Honestly, I think if I was to think about it, I shouldn't even have taken it.
Really?
Yeah, because
Well, you guys were a little bit smarter, so you guys, that's good that you guys took it.
but see, like I didn't even need that math for
That's
like
true. That's true.
going into college. I mean, other than
No,
like,
but
I
you see-
skipped,
okay.
I skipped like some stuff. For
See,
college.
but when in college, in college, I remember the first year, freshman year, we had to go a week early, right?
Yeah.
You guys had to take a test, remember?
Yeah, we took the test to see where our math
Yeah,
placement is.
yeah. And I didn't take it, but I talked to one of the counselors, and he said I could take it the next day, but I didn't take it because we were too busy with other things. And I think if I took the test, I would have maybe
I think you would have been
be with
placed.
you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. You would have been.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even need to take
Yeah,
a class lower, pretty much.
yeah. But I guess I I just went through it. I was a math major in college, so I just fought through it.
But okay, but see, like the reason why I said that I don't think that I should have taken AB Calc was
Yeah.
because, okay, well the thing, I guess the only reason why I took AB Calc was because I wanted to challenge myself too during high school.
Yeah, yeah.
But we had loads of free time, and I just remember in class we just play cards.
For real?
Yeah,
You guys have free time and AB or AP?
Yeah, AB. It was pretty
AB?
much AP though.
Oh, okay.
You know,
AB Calc? Man.
well, because
that's-
it was like work time.
Oh
Like
my gosh.
he taught two to three times throughout the week,
Come on.
like in the week, and
Come
then
on.
after he was
Yeah.
done with the lecture, we had free time to like do schoolwork. But then that
guess.
was an expectation of, okay, if we do this, then I'm expecting you, or the teacher is expecting you to like do your work and
Yeah.
all that stuff. And me and our friends, average C.
Yeah, I always hear
like-
you guys always talking about like A, B, C, and it was always different grades every time I hear you guys talk about it. So I always try my best to just not like fit in with you guys a lot.
I do think that since we're on the topic of friends,
Yeah.
how do you feel about trying to find a good friend group, or not just in high school or college, like even after college? I think like it's very difficult to find a good group of people to be with,
Yeah.
and to really, and for them to really understand you as a person, but then also that they know and understand who you are, and they get to know your family as well too, and that relationship that you and your group of friends or individual friends have built throughout like your entire lives. How do you feel about
Well,
that?
for me, when I make new or try to fit in with new friends, I make sure that are they respecting me? Are they accepting me who I am? Cause I know I'm a different person, and sometimes when I hang out with different groups of friends, it's kind of hard, cause when you're from a different area and you're trying to fit in with a different area of people, it's kind of hard to try to fit in with.
You're talking
those
about
people.
cliques, right?
Yeah,
like different cliques.
Yeah, different
pretty
cliques.
much.
Yeah. Well, let's be more specific. In high school,
Okay.
in high school, it was always with like Asians, Asians with
Yeah.
Asians.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I always hanged out with the Asians, and I think that the lower class white students, I connected with them a lot more too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think anybody lower class and middle class, I connected with them more, because in high school you could tell the separation of students. You could tell the people from white students, rich white students actually, and then you could tell the lower class and middle class of white students, and then you could tell the difference from Asian people and then the black people. And I think the middle class and lower class of white, Asian, black, they all connected to each other, but then you could tell the difference from the richer people.
I would say my clique, because I was like a musical student. I was in orchestra, and then I was also in the clubs, and then I was part of the tennis team, and all those stuff too. And so I pretty much, I think by the time I got to senior year, I was able to like connect with a lot of the different like type of cliques throughout high school.
Yeah, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Like, I would come and hang out with you guys, all the Asian people during the clubs, and then I would go hang out with like the tennis
Yeah, the
team.
tennis people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the tennis people. But then like we had friends in the tennis team, so and then I would go and hang out with like the orchestra people. But then in orchestra, majority of the people in there are mostly Caucasian.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They were.
And so I would say that like maybe that's what made me kind of like been able to really talk to everybody else because of orchestra. And I think that without orchestra I wouldn't be able to really connect to anyone else other than Asian people.
Different races.
Yeah,
And
pretty much.
ethnicities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah. Yeah, I feel like I wish in high school I would have connected with all races, but I feel like it was kind of hard because everyone was just with their own clique. In high school, you could tell like everyone just wanted to like fit in and just try to be with a clique.
Yeah, it was.
And every time you try to like talk to someone, anyone new, you could tell the fakeness there.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
hierarchy pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
There was
yeah.
like the top of
Basically.
the food chain to
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
you could tell who was at the lower food
Yeah.
chain,
And it's like, damn, like I can't talk to these people. Like I guess I just gotta talk to my old friends and just be by myself because fuck, man, I can't connect with these people. But I guess now it's different maybe. But yeah.
Have you ever met someone in high school and then thinking now, do you wish that you would have like talked to them more? Or would
I
you
don't
like
know.
just repeat the same thing?
No, I think I'll be fine with where I'm at with my high school friends. Cause fuck,
Okay.
man, cause you know the people I hanged out with,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like I'm good. I think I just maybe a thing I would change is my cause back then I was a very very like type of person who always fall in quick. I would always try to fit in quick. I would always try to, if there was a girl talk to me, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna talk to this girl, quick. But I would, if I could go back in time, I would tell myself like, take your time, don't try to fit in right away. Just be aware of the people you hang out with. Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, I agree. No, I definitely do think that I should have just, if I was to tell myself back in high school, freshman year, I would have told myself to just take things easy, because we thought that high school was everything. We needed to prepare for everything in high school, but I could have just just have a breeze throughout high school, and then senior year and junior year were the only years that counted pretty much.
Yeah. Also, from speaking about this, from high school to college, I wish in high school I would have known what management information systems was, because man, applying to colleges and then trying to pick your major, man, I wish I would have chose a different major instead of a math major. I wish I would have chosen MIS, because choosing a math major, being a math major is so broad that it's like, man, like you could do everything, but you kind of have to be good within that specific subject.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
See that?
yeah. How about you? Did you knew you want to be a bio major right away?
Yeah, I mean, because at the time when I was doing my bio degree, I knew that I wanted to do something in the healthcare system. And so, I knew that, okay, my paths to the healthcare system is definitely to choose like a biology degree or chemistry. But I don't like chemistry, so I did bio because a lot of the prerequisites to like the secondary schools like med school or PA school, pharmacy school, they want you to do organic chemistry, biochemistry, all those prereq classes. And so I knew that I had to take those courses regardless. So I might as well just go with a biology degree. But thinking back, I should have just went the exercise science route.
Damn.
Because there
Uh-huh.
this, like, you still have to take a whole bunch of biology courses up to like the point where you could either go to organic chemistry and then stop, or else you do all the prereqs like
Yeah.
biochemistry and the organic chemistry. Those
Mhm.
two courses alone are just they are just like the courses you need as prereqs, and then all you need to do is physics
Yeah.
1 and 2,
Man.
and
Yeah.
then also psych.
Psych.
Yeah. And then you just need to do that psych class, and then you're good for the prereqs.
Damn.
And then if I was to go with the exercise science, I just needed to do those classes and then do more of the anatomy, other courses that I had to like you would need to take for exercise science,
Yeah.
and then learning muscle groups, memorizing
Yeah.
the bones and all that stuff, and that would have been it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause our other friend who was an exercise science major, when he talked about his classes, I'm like, damn, like that's all you have to take.
Yeah.
But it's not my type of stuff to learn.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty hard, but for him, I guess it was pretty easy. And I have another friend, shout out to TK. He works in the hospital next to Augsburg.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he went to Duluth, and he's a PT at the hospital next to Augsburg.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, he gets paid really good, and I'm like, damn, man, like you lucky.
Yeah. So like that's one of the things that I wish that I already knew that you don't have to major in like in a science degree to go into like pharmacy school or PA school, but then you do need to take those prerequisite courses.
Yeah.
So you
yeah.
have to do like half of the bio degree,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Well, if you're gonna go to the medical field, don't you need like a BS, not a BA?
No, you don't need any like
Oh,
a
damn.
BA or no, like it doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't
As
matter.
long as you have a degree and you already took the prereq courses and then do all the
Mm.
mandatory tests.
Okay.
That's all you need to go into like the secondary schools, or like the master,
damn.
or the med school or PA school,
Mm.
all those stuff.
Yeah, like I think just college classes in general is literally just high school, but you're just going more advanced to it.
It's just harder.
It's an AP class,
Yeah,
literally.
yeah,
But you're having like 4 AP classes in one day.
pretty much. Yep.
Yeah, and you're just gonna just go crazy. You're gonna study every day, take
Yep, yep.
notes. Yeah, I guess it really just depends on your professor and your classes. So I think college was pretty fun. I think it was worth it. I think depends on the person. If you really work hard, if you put in the work, if you really want to do something in your future career, then you for sure just gotta work hard. But if you don't, then it's like, hey, like I will literally tell you, like, hey, if you don't want to be here, just fucking go. Like, don't be here. Just go and do your own thing.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree.
Do you agree?
I agree. No, I agree. Because like what you said, it's the work you put in is what you get at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that, going to the question of, is secondary school, like, is college,
Is it worth it?
is it worth it?
Yeah.
I think it's a yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
It might sound bad, but I do think that for like majors that go into science,
Yeah.
math,
STEM
yes,
majors?
the STEM
Yeah,
majors,
STEM majors.
there are more careers out there for them. That does pay a livable wage, I believe. But I do think that at the end of the day, for business too, it's a very broad major for business. There's a lot of degrees for it, which I don't know. But I do think that business major would give you a job at the end of college. But I don't think that it's something that I would enjoy.
Yeah.
And I do think that if you're going for like a business degree, I feel like it's better for you to just be an entrepreneur.
I think that if you're gonna go to college, Yes, put in the hard work, and then after you graduate, you gotta really be able to sell yourself, because that's what really matters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you get an internship during college and you can be able to show your whoever's supervising you that, hey, like, I know what I'm doing, and if after this internship you're gonna hire me, I can do the job. Okay, that's when you're like, you have a higher chance of getting paid more.
So basically, social networking.
Yeah, social networking.
And
That's what
yeah.
I learned from my internship program.
I
It's
feel like
like-
that's everything,
Yeah.
If you, as
'cause-
long as you have that, then you could get anywhere pretty much.
Yeah, as long as you just be close, not too close. Okay, be good, be cool with your supervisor, be cool with your coworkers, connect with them, maybe job shadow around your workplace, because that's what I did too a little bit, and just get to know people in your workplace, and that's when you're able to grow and maybe get a higher paying a salary, or paid hourly, and you're fine. But this is a good episode, our first episode of the Late Night Talks. So we will see you all next time. My name is Nevin.
My name is Meng Zhang, and we hope you enjoy our first episode. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and we hope you have a good night.
Night.
See ya.